Hello, how are you? It's good to see you, my friend. It's episode 4, season 4 of The Impossible Dream with the Iron, the mighty Scunthorpe United. As always, thanks for joining me, you absolute legend. If you're here for episode 4, I love you long time, I really, really do. And I know because we're such good friends, you're going to do everything in your power to help me and my channel. That means a cheeky thumbs up. I mean, who doesn't like a cheeky thumbs up now and again, boys? Come on, be honest with yourself, or comment down below. That really helps me. If you're brand new, feel free to subscribe. Make sure you all hit that bell. You'll never miss one of my future videos. And if you really, really, really want to help me and my channel out, because let's face it, man, it needs all the help it can get, you can always become a patron. Little as £1 a month. You'll find a link to that down below in the description. So we are back in the Football League. Back in the big time. With a good little team, to be fair. I've done this a million times before. Sometimes when you do what we did in the National, there's not much difference when you get to League 2. So I didn't know how much business I was going to do, so should we find out what I did do? Let's get into it, boys. And girl, if you're out there. So we're going to start here with the bookies odds on the 8th of August, right? Now I've made 3 signings, 2 were just potential youth players. They're nothing special. I've made 1 signing. 1. Because I looked at this and thought, I'm right. Got a good team. If you've got a team that can dominate the National like we did, there's no reason why we can't do well in this. And we're a lot higher than I thought we'd be. I know I've knocked this in the past. Sometimes, you know, I've had teams I know are a top 4 side and the game's saying I'm 8th or 9th. But for it to say we're 3rd with just 1 signing, that says a lot. So I was very happy. And I felt like I'm trying to do this on a budget in a way. I'm trying to sign 3 players, although I've had to pay compensation for the player I've signed, but I want to try and do it as cheap as possible. And it won't hurt us to just have a bit of continuity. We've had a lot of turnaround the last couple of years. And see, these guys deserve it, man. Let's see what these young lads can do. And we're actually starting the season not in debt. Now, it won't stay that way, of course, but it's promising. It's got a little bit of promise about it, even though it's only 65 grand. And I've got no transfer budget. I've got 4 grand to play within them wages. I just didn't feel like I needed to do anything. And this is my business. So Harry Lewis left. I tried to get rid of him. I got rid of Lowe's, didn't I? I couldn't get rid of him. I had to loan him out last year. He's the one player I think I had to stick with. He's gone to Aldershot on a free. Nick Cooper and Ant Farley have just got decent potential, like 4.5 star potential. They're all right. They might get a little look in now and again, very rare. I just couldn't pass them up on freebies. And we've signed 1 player from Southend. Now, there were players released from the Premier League, and it's a great method. It's a great way to do it. But it's like anything on this game. Some years are better than others. You can have some years where there's loads of great free transfers or, you know, guys coming to end of contracts. Great years like last year for us when there was a lot of players available. This year there was some, but they were no better than what I've got. Or they picked other teams. And in the end, I've just gone with Will Salgado. Now, you might be thinking, Southend? Now, that 44.5 grand was compensation. But I think it's worth it. Because I think, for us, we've picked up a wonder kid. And he's not a wonder kid, but this young American, 20-year-old Will Salgado, the American, I think this is a pick-up. Play out wide, play in the centre, play behind the striker, all naturally. What a player. And we're in 4 competitions. Shit. Yep, we are. Sky Bet League 2, they want a top half finish. English FA Cup, be competitive. I mean, if we had a run like last year, it'd be great for the bank balance. The Carabao Cup is what it is. And the Papa John's, man. That'd be great, wouldn't it? So there's a lot of football, really. I had a lot of football to play. I also went through my staff with a fine-tooth comb. And at the minute, I'm about to fill my last coaching spot. But I think he's German. A goalkeeping coach, I think, so he's doing his work permit at this save point, but he does come in. It just got to the point where they're all end of contracts and so on, so I thought it's about time now. Let's use some of the little bit of money I've got, because I think this is a great asset. You know what I'm like with staff if you've been around for a while. So we've got a great medical team. The coaching team's really improved, I think. They still won't let me have any more scouts. So, you know, I've got a lot of young players, and in the last episode, I'm pretty sure we went through everyone, and I'm not going to waste your time doing that. I'm just going to show you this page now with apparently my assistant Carl Emberson's theory on our best team. So, you know, a lot of them are good, and they're a lot of good ages. A couple of them, they all had wage rises as well when they came up. already in the contracts. There's a couple of lads who had minimum fees. I've managed to renegotiate them. We've got no minimum fees, which is brilliant. I mean, they're only like $500,000, and that would help us massively, but I don't want to lose anyone. And you've seen the new boy, Will Salgado, but you know, that front, you know, Miller on the right, Balzaghi behind Edwards. I've got other strikers. I've got the lad I got from Arsenal, Umbeyo or whatever his name is. He's brilliant. Good wingers, got a great defence, I think, especially Ferran and Wilson Brown. Angelini in goal has just got better. So, can we dream about going up? Well, randomly, I've looked back. Now, I think I might have said it wrong a couple of episodes ago, but the year in the National where we didn't get promoted, the bookies had predicted we'd be 9th, and we were 9th. And then last year they predicted we'd win it, and we won it by a freaking country mile. Now, if that actually is working, and we're on a bit of a roll here, the bookies have predicted we'd be 3rd. Top 3 go up automatically. Could we go straight up? I can't wait to get played and find out. Now, I left pre-season to my assistant to arrange, apart from one game. Now, Scottish teams like beating me, don't they? Did we get beat off Hibs, the mighty Hibs, last year, I think. And this year, Partick Thistle beat us. We beat Queen of the South, though. And it was pretty good. And I had a little bit of a gap. And I love Stockport County. My second team, really. They have become my second team. Most of you'll know why. I love them. Absolutely brilliant club. And I think they got relegated, so we've got Stockport County in the league. So I thought we'd have a little tester against them. And it wasn't too bad. We drew 2-2. James Scott getting their goals and Mr. Edwards getting ours. So, big season. Big season. Let's jump forward to Jan. And here we are with the Sky Bet League 2 table. We're obviously not in the top 3. We were 6 at this moment in time on 44 points. I've lost 5, drawn 8, won 12. That's the man, Mubama, good striker. One disappointed, not too far off a top 3. It's our first year here anyway. If I did finish the season in the playoffs, I'd be pretty chuffed. We're above Stockport. Obviously, it's a big division. Do you want to see who's at the bottom? It's Sutton and Accrington Stanley. Who are they? Exactly. And of course, the money's dwindling. Our wage bill went up, didn't it? It did, because they all had promotion wage rises. But that's fine. That's totally fine. This is how we've done. It's been a bit okay. It's been all right. We've had some cracking games. 5-1 there, because it's 6-0, a 4-2, a 4-1. Some thrillers, really. Some disappointments. Some of them draws we should have won. And then we've been beaten at times. But, you know, we are newly promoted. Recently, I drawn for a while. Too many reds there, isn't there? Lost my last game against Mansfield. But here's what it is. Got Stockport County next. Always exciting. Quite a way to go. But I was having fun, man. That's what it's all about. Have fun. Check out the Papa John's. I'm not a big fan of Papa John's. I'll be honest with you. I've had this debate before. My sister, my mum, and all that side of my family love Papas. And when we go around there, they always get Papa John's if we have a pizza. You come to our house, me and my wife, we're Pizza Hut people. I prefer Pizza Hut. Hate Domino's. Fucking disgusting. Last time I got Domino's, I had to stick it in the oven for 10 minutes. It wasn't cooked. Never going back there. But yeah, Papa John's, we're doing all right. You can see right there where we beat Fleetwood, Lincoln, Newcastle under 21s, and Rochdale. Got Wolves under 21s as well. The Carabao Cup, we are out of it. But look at that. That's an Arsenal team with Saka in it. What a little group of lads I've got here. I love this game. Obviously beat Notts County and Gateshead, but 4-3. Oh man, that was a day out for the Iron fans. The lads are doing well. Now I've got a couple of players who aren't playing so much. Maybe Adam Phillips. He's a good player. He's just not getting in the team. Obviously Salgado's come in and kind of nicked that spot from him. But I'm happy. That's it, arranged by average rating. And the lads are doing all right. I mean, Salgado's moaning, but he wants to play in a specific position. But when you're naturally playing 3 and you're at a club like ours, you're going to be playing in those 3 positions randomly as anything. Whatever I need you to do. He's a bit of a moaner, but it is what it is. So, I mean, whatever happens at the end of the season, if we go up or we stay where we are, there will be changes. Get rid of a few of these, bit of dead wood. But as a group right now, I believe that they've got every chance of squeezing it in that top 3. Or at least the playoffs. I couldn't see us dropping out the playoffs. And if we jump forward just a little bit more, I saved it here just after I played Bristol Rovers. We've been doing fantastic. Got ourselves into the top 3. The save file I've put top of the league clash. Yeah, we got beat though. 2-1 away. So it's give Bristol Rovers a cushion. We'd been on this run, and there's a chance for us if we'd have beat them. You know what I mean? They'd have been on 67 points. We'd have been on 66. And now it's backfired on us a bit. And it's close, as you can see. Port Vale level on points. You've got Crewe on 61. It's good. And we've also got Mubama, top goal scorer, second best player. We're not doing bad. Now then, if we jump forward just 6 more days, I got a bit excited by this. Papa John's Trophy semi-finalists. Spoiler for you. Scunthorpe United could soon be in the subject of a takeover bid amid rumours that current owner David Hilton is looking to leave the club. Sporting Life is reporting that a mystery foreign tycoon is looking to complete a buyout of the club and invest large sums of money in new players and facilities. It falls through. We have this one, then I have another one where it's a consortium. It's going to be a tycoon. Imagine the transformation of Scunthorpe. But it got me thinking, because obviously our facilities downgraded last season, and we had the money to improve them. But there's no smoke without fire with this kind of thing. Once this kind of chat starts happening, and you'll get a bit of it, I've done it before, it usually eventually happens at some point. I mean, a tycoon would be great, but any kind of actual owner who might come in and invest would be better. And I did a little bit of research, and of course I've shared the stadium pictures, the new stadium they nearly had many years ago. I found something else, and I thought to myself, let's pretend, right? Just me and you, let's just have a bit of a fantasy here. You know, right, the takeover talk's happening. Some people at the club have thought, you know what, this investment might be coming. Let's get together, plans in place for a new stadium. And here it is, a brand new stadium, new Glanford Park. One day, if this series lasts long enough, I think that would happen. It usually does, and it'd be brilliant if it does. No offence to old Glanford Park, but if we can get up this year, because you might notice we're still second 6 days later, every chance we could grow and grow. Now, I don't want to be spending money. I like recently these different series having different themes, and this series, if I can do it as cheap as possible and get this club as high as possible, I think that would be absolutely awesome. Now, it's the 3rd of April, and the very first youth intake was probably our best, and I couldn't sign anyone, remember? I had no money, but I have been signing them all up, no matter how good they are, and they're okay. We've had no one special. They're all kids. So when I saw this, I was like, really? That bunch of misfits that we've just been signing because we're desperate, just to fill up the ranks atop of the English Under-18s Division North East. At this point, it's getting fun. I've got the league's leading goal scorer, right? And he's a player and a half, ex-Arsenal boy, I'm pretty sure, Mbama. And we're 3rd, 76 points. Only a point off the top, man. This is, and then look at the points below us. This is when I love this game. I bet we all do. When it's, you know, it's cool to run away with the league, don't get me wrong, but it can get a bit meh. When it's like this, and every game is like a cup final, and teams are moving in and around each other, yeah, the pressure starts to mount. So then, we were semi-finalists for the Papa Johns, but that's as far as we're going. But I'm still really proud of it. We beat Wolves under 21s 5-3, and then we beat Birmingham 3-0. Birmingham. I think that's awesome. Mbama hat-trick. And then we got Tottenham under 21s, and I went into that thinking we've got a great chance against Spurs under 21s. They're not going to be that special. They'll have a few players dropping down. And it was 1-1. When they scored, I thought shit, and then obviously come back into it, gone to penalties. And penalties is a lottery, but honestly, proud as anything of that. And the FA Cup, we got to the 3rd round, which I think for a team at our level is always respectable. Beat Gloucestershire 4-1, then Kings Lynn, so we had it pretty easy, no offence, and then got battered off Burnley. Lee Greenshield's favourite team, Burnley. He absolutely loves Burnley. If you want to be kind to Greeno, you know who Greeno is. He's been a massive support to this channel. Get in touch with me. And you can send him any Burnley merchandise you want, and I'll pass it on to him. Mugs, shirts, scarves. He loves it. He collects all Burnley stuff. And we're still in the red, but not as much. It's kind of slowed down a little bit. We'll be alright if we get Tycoon Takeover. I mean, nothing's happening now. It all ended. But there was 2. The Takeover and the Consortium. So it might happen. And I reckon it more chance if we get up. So it's now the 20th of April. There's 3 games left to play. And this is my final save file. So we are second. Playoffs are secured. And I've saved this one, the title race is on, because it is on, innit? You've got Crew at the top on 83, we're on 82, Rovers on 82, Port Vale on 80, Tranmere probably off. So there's 4 of us battling it out for one of them 3 spots, and I don't care which one I get out of them 3. I just want one of those 3. And we've got to play Tranmere and put them probably out the race if we win in this next game. Now, I'm just going to record everything. Just trust me. Go with the flow, like I always say. And we'll hopefully share as much of this together as possible. We had a bit of a sketchy patch, as you can see. Getting a bit of Crews, not good. A bit of Cheltenham. But recently, at this point, I've been on a 5-game unbeaten run, only drawing to Colchester. Just beat Kidderminster 5-2 and Gillingham 3-0. So we started to find our feet, and hopefully that form's coming right together at the right moment in time. Although I've saved it, and you know me, you might not know me, but my save file conspiracy theory, I'm dreading it. Please don't get me. We're away at Tranmere. They're obviously a decent side. They're up there in the league, but we could do well, really well, if we can beat these today and other results go our way. But like I said, I'm just going to record everything, show you what I can show you, and we'll see what happens after this game and then go from there. This is our squad though, before we get into anything. Arranged by average rating. Those greens have dwindled a little bit, but I'm fine with that. What I'm not fine with is Kane Edwards is injured for potentially 4 weeks. That is a big loss. 22 goals, 10 assists. When him and Mbama are in that same team, and you've got some of the other lads, got a great going forward. Great team, really. Love it, absolutely love it. Will Salgado, getting a bit better, finding his feet. Look at his assists. Look at Will Salgado's assists. I'll change it for you. Hey, worth every penny of his 44,000 compensation fee. Little American. Well, the save game conspiracy thing strikes again. Oh, we were just not good enough. We came right into it at the end, threw everything at him. We could have been beaten 3-1 there. Now, Crew played, they won. Bristol Rovers drew. Port Vale haven't played, so they've now got a game in hand. So Tranmere secured their playoff spot with that. Port Vale away at Morecambe, who are gunning for playoffs, so that could be a toughie. We need them to drop some points. If they win, they'll leapfrog us. With 2 games left, they'll knock us out. We find out together. Oh! It's getting tasty now, isn't it? It's getting tasty! So we're going to live com the second game against Sutton, who are bottom of the league. It's our last home game of the season. Also, when you get in the Football League, you get this little graphic. How good's the graphics? You don't see the faces, which annoys me. But anyway, we can't balls up here because this could be a fantastic weekend when you look at the other fixtures. Game has kicked off, and I'll share them with you when they pop up. We're going to have the league table and all the other games. Now, it could work out amazing for us this weekend in securing possibly a top 3 spot with a game to go. We'll see. Or at least help towards that. Here he is, Salgado, the American. Vision pass. So here we go. You got Bristol Rovers are playing Crew. That's pretty good. I think Port Vale, are playing Morecambe, who are gunning for a playoff spot themselves. I think they're 3 points off the playoffs. So results go our way, it could really help us, but we need to be winning this. I think they've won a handful of games this season. The bottom of the league. They're going to be going down. We're at home. We need to win. We need to win. Right. Angelini, come on, my son. Let's see what you can do. He's bringing the ball out. Wilson Brown, nice bit of passing. One touch, love it. Salgado pings out to Gordon, who's carrying a little bit of a knock, but he threads it to Mbama, to O'Reilly, and O'Reilly should have finished. So I'm in a great mood at the minute. Absolutely fantastic. Nearly every day, my positivity and mental state is amazing because I don't know if I've talked about much about this yet, but I did a podcast at Christmas. I might have mentioned it, and I watched it back. And I just looked at myself and thought, wow, you are so big. I was 18.5 stone, and then I did episode 1 of The Road to Anywhere, and I'm on the plane, and I'm looking at it thinking, wow, look at your chin. 18.5 stone. I'm 6'3", isn't healthy. So since Christmas, the first couple of months I just did it a little bit, but then the last 2 months I've been well into my weight loss. I'm 2 pounds away from being 16 stone. I've lost a ton. I want to lose another stone. I just feel amazing. I'm not eating any junk food. I'm hardly drinking. I'm eating healthy every single day. I'm living under a calorie deficit of about 1,000 calories a day than what my body needs, and it's just dropping, and I feel amazing. So that's good, and this could make me feel even better. 1-0. Oh, highlight straight from kickoff. This could go either way. It can be a goal or it could be a close chance. It's usually one or the other when you get an instant highlight from kickoff. Usually, let's see. Could it be a quick fire double from the iron? Riley to Miller. Go on, Miller. Nice little bit of football. McDonald. Oh, what a pass to Riley. Riley on the right hand side here in the rain in sunny Scunny. Crosses it in with his left. Oh. Poop. Now the highlight hasn't finished. I'm just trimming it down a little bit because it could end up with something. Is Riley? Told you. No, that never finished. It was one continuous highlight. I just thought what it had, so I sat back. I'll cut that bit out, but just enjoy that. 2-0. So what we're looking at here, we're now second. Bristol and Crewe are 0-0. That's all I got to see then. Can some get themselves back into it? No, Ferran. Absolute beast at the back. Finds Miller. Ex-Leeds United boy, I think. McDonald. Pinging it back to Miller. Miller's going to... Nothing's going to happen. Man, this is fun. This is so much fun. So much fun. Right, McDonald to Miller. I don't know if you've noticed as well. I used to always use Director-Cam, but for the last year or two possibly, I've used TV. I quite liked it for a bit, and then I've just remembered I like Director-Cam. I've gone back to Director. A few different angles, innit? Why not? I'm going to see how this goes for a bit. Here's Godden. Finds Riley. Ooh. Also, can you tell who I'll be supporting in the Champions League? And we nearly scored. It's 8-Man City. So we're winning 2-0. All the other games that are important to us, the Bristol Crewe, Tranmere game, Port Vale game, they're all 0-0 still. I mean, that can change. There's a long time left. But as long as we do our job, that's all we can do, eh? Finish the season with a win at Glanford would be top notch. But I'd like a demolition just to help out in case we need the goal difference. I've not even looked at the goal difference. Oh, here he is, 1-on-1. He don't miss. He don't miss. We're putting the pressure on everyone else. Look at the points there. Look at those points, man. We could still win the league. It could happen. Anyway, it's half time. 3-0. Tasty. So apart from my weight loss, another reason why I'm in a good mood is in a month or 3 weeks, I'm going away for a long weekend to my father-in-law's caravan. We've been a million times before. It's near Bridlington on the east coast in Yorkshire. Beautiful place. Going there with my wife and kids. It's going to be ace. Then in August, we're going back to France. Same holiday we did last year. The whole family, my sister, all her kids, my mum. Just a different part of France, travelling, overnight ferry. I love France. It was a great thing last year. Going to be just as good this year. A bit less travelling though in France. But then, I just had to make some subs. This would never have happened for me as a 40-odd-year-old man. But a lad's holiday, never going to happen. And then my wife came to me a while back saying, I'm going away with all the girls. Oh, are you? All right, are you? Just says it. I'm going away with all the girls. I'm going to Crete for 5 days next year. Right, okay. On the phone with the lads. We're doing it. Now, I've got a good group of friends, but there's 4 of us are going to be able to do it. We're going to be going away in October for a massively long weekend, 4 to 5 nights on a lad's holiday. Very excited. Tranmere are winning. Crewe have absolutely dominated out of nowhere. I've not looked at the table, but this could be so interesting. I don't think we're going to win the league. It's all about top 3, innit? It's all about top 3. So here we are. 1 game left to play, and we've got to play Crawley, who are in 9th. Their playoff dreams are well and truly over. Crewe were 4 points clear and have won the league. It was 0-0 for ages, wasn't it? And then we ran away with it. We've got 85 points and an amazing goal difference. Bristol Rovers, so if we draw and Rovers and Vale win, our goal difference should help. Shouldn't it? So... do you know what? I think we've just got to go to Crawley and try and win it now. I ain't got time for 2 live comms, but we'll jump in at the end and see how it's going. So here we are. It's the end of the season. Final game of the season. Biggest game of the season. It could go either way. Now, I also understand, really, that if you're quite clever, you might look at the length of what's left of the episode and think, well, there's not long left. He must do it, because if he doesn't do it, he's in the playoffs. And what about the playoffs? Well, if we're going to the playoffs, I'm going to film that separately and put out another little episode a bit after this one. So there you go. Oh God, I'm excited, but it's also very, very nervy, isn't it? It's very nervy. I believe we deserve to go up, but you never bloody know, do you? Now I'm going to jump in here for a little moment. I've paused it. We've just had a goal disallowed a couple of minutes ago. So we're on 85 points. You've got Bristol Rovers are drawing, so they're still on 84. That could change. Port Vale are getting absolutely battered. We might be all right even if we lose. Jesus, I can't even take it. And with injury time, we scored. They've scored again. Happy bloody days. Bristol Rovers are still drawing. Really, we need to send every single player at Kidderminster, especially Alston, and their manager a bottle of champagne, because I think they're going to have helped us, because we've not done very well in this game, have we? Even though we should have done a lot better. So there you go. No extra little episode of playoffs. Even though we lost 2 and only won 1 of our last 3 games after going on a fantastic run. Save our conspiracies. And we've managed to not only get promoted, but to finish runners-up by a point. Thank you, Kidderminster. Thank you very, very much. And thank you to Accrington, actually, for holding Bristol Rovers to a draw. Worked out brilliantly. Now, I'm running out of time. I've got no time now to jump forward. I've got to be back in work, and I want to edit this and get it out for today. But we will end it here, looking at the finances. Hopefully this all changes. If I can remember, if you care, I'll show you who won the Papa John's and all that stuff, if you give a shit. I don't know if you do. In episode 5, could there be a summer takeover? Now we're in League One. Quickly though, this is League One. So they're all the teams that are still in it. They're the teams that have gone down. Obviously the playoffs have still got to be played. And we've got Portsmouth, Charlton and Burton coming down. So it's going to be a great season, but this squad of ours, freebies or not, will definitely need improving, I think. But it's going to be fun to test ourselves in League One. So there it is. Another season in sunny Scunny is over with the Iron, the mighty Scunthorpe United. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash that thumbs up. Let me know in the comments. Get chatting to me in the comments. Subscribe if you're new and hit the bell. All that good stuff. I'm very excited for the future now. Can't wait to get stuck into League One just to see what we can do. What players are going to be available to us now. We might be able to pick up some more freebies from the Premier League, because I won't be spending any money. It's all going to be done on a budget. But anyway, I hope you're in a good mood. I hope you're as happy as I am. If you're not, feel free to talk to me. I'm always there for you. So yeah, stay good, man. I'll see you next time.